game about how good of a test this would be for your group. Just how good of a challenge do they provide, especially with the players that they put on the floor tonight?
Well, I thought it was a great challenge for our guys. I really do. I think it was an opportunity for them to understand the level of growth and the things that we're going to have to continue to do to get where we're trying to go. Us having 25 turnovers for 33 points and, fouling them and putting them on the line 34 times, I think those are areas that we're going to have to continue to grow and get better at, understanding how we can defend without fouling and taking care of the basketball. We got to give ourselves an opportunity, for possessions.
Obviously there's going to be turnovers in preseason basketball. They had, plenty on their side too. Is that just a product of getting back into game flow, still installing offense? Well, what leads to those turnovers?
We talked about it. There's a few things that go into it. We're not making any excuses for the things that happen, but obviously our guys treating this like maybe the fifth practice in some ways. The chemistry of the team, the different lineups, guys understanding the spacing on the floor, the willingness to move the ball quickly, and we talk about our guys wanting and needing to make quick decisions. So I think you look at those pieces, and those will cause those turnovers. When you don't make the quick decision and you hold it a little longer, the defense moves a little bit faster, and so they're able to get in the gaps. And this is a heavy steel team, and we have to make sure we understood that going into the game.
This is a question you'll probably get asked a ton all year, but what did you see out of Paolo tonight, and how good of a test was this for him, especially going against a defense like that for his preseason debut?
Well, like you said, I really believe that this was a great test for all these young guys to understand the level of physicality, the level of attention to detail, and the ability that this team played at. So I thought it was great for Paolo to experience that. The physicality of the game, understanding how defense are shifting a little bit faster. And so he's going to continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to look at it. But he was not afraid, stepped into each moment, knowing certain things that he could do and change. And we'll have to watch the film and make sure we look at that and just kind of keep honing in on that.
As you look at this, so much of the preseason is about continuing to install things, seeing how guys are picking things up from training camp. From that perspective, were there things you liked about the group and what they were able to do tonight from that regard?
Well, the possessions that we didn't turn the ball over, I think there was some very good ball movement. I think we did try to get downhill, attacking the basket, and then finding out the spray out. There's just obviously some shots didn't go in. But then again, our defense was good in the half court. I think we did some very good things. But then we have to reevaluate it again, looking at how many baskets were not in transition and being able to hold that down.
For Cole Anthony, for him, so much is you're looking at his decision-making process, shooting freely. How do you feel he did tonight in that regard, both with taking a shot when it was there and setting up others?
I think there was times he did a very good job of trying to find the open man. Obviously, all of us got in the habit of trying to get one dribble too many down in the gap, and then that made the passes a little harder. But then as we talked about it a little bit, we made sure the guys stepped into their shot willingly and understanding when they could shoot and when they needed to move the basketball.
And lastly, just how valuable is it to have this film as you continue to go into training camp, to look at this with the guys and have something to build off of?
These are great opportunities. These are great learning opportunities for each one of these young men and our staff to be able to teach the things that we'll need to do to continue to grow and get better. When and where we're making passes, transition defense, understanding the details of it, when we're getting back, how we're getting back. I think these are going to be great teaching tape for us.
Paolo, what were your emotions going through your head tonight, as you take the floor for your first, NBA preseason game?
Yeah, I was really excited heading into the game, just, getting to experience it. And yeah, my emotions was high energy, excited.
Everybody talks about the speed of the game. I guess you go into real speed when you go against, Jamahl and the Grizzlies and the way that they play. Just how much did you feel that early on, especially going against this Memphis team?
Yeah, they play fast-paced for sure. And then on the defensive end, they help a lot. They pack the paint in. So just kind of coming out and seeing it and having to adjust in the midst of the game. So it was a good experience to get out there against a good team and great players, and be able to make mistakes, but obviously get to go back, watch film, know what you did wrong, and adjust.
Paolo, in these situations you're playing with so many different lineups, maybe lineups you haven't even experimented with yet in training camp. Just how much does that factor into the turnovers that you guys experienced tonight going against Memphis?
Yeah, a lot of us got to get used to playing with each other. Like you said, different lineups. I feel like our process was a little different than most teams, with the way we had to deal with training camp and the cancellations and stuff. So, Coach told us before the game, treat this preseason, as extended training camp. And, just getting used to, the game and each other.
For yourself personally, what were your biggest takeaways from tonight?
Yeah, just definitely getting that first one out my system. And then I think for me, it was playing out the pick and roll so much and just how much I was doing that, either setting the screen or coming off, in college. A lot of it was isolation, so that's what I'm used to making a lot of my reads out of is just pure isolation. So I got to get used to making a lot more reads out the pick and roll as the handler and as the roller, and just, speeding that up. I feel like I made, my reads a lot, slower than usual. So just getting used to being in that position and making the reads at the same speed.
And lastly, going forward, how much can this film, this game, be an asset for your group as you go forward with training camp and preparing for the rest of the preseason?
I think it's going to be huge watching this game again. We had, I think, 25, 26 turnovers, and they had 35 points off that. So, we cut those down. We're in the game, very much in the game. So that's an easy fix, and we just got to, stick together and learn.
Cole, this league, teams like Memphis, just how good of a test is that coming out of the gate to go against a Memphis team that finished, second in the West last season and played, the majority of their team, a lot of their starters that got them there last season? Yeah, no,
I'm glad that we got to go up kind of against this first game. That kind of gives us a kind of, especially as, we're young teams, it gives us a good kind of feel for, what the NBA is. All right, that's the team that's kind of at the top of the top. We get to see them day one. Awesome. We get to learn from that. We get to get better. And kind of just get to see where we're at. Obviously we got a lot of work to do, but it was a good, just kind of way to see just where we're at.
How valuable securing the basketball is, especially
we didn't do that tonight.
Especially against a team like Memphis.
Myself included.
When you look at training camp where you're playing with different lineups, et cetera, carrying into the preseason, what did you feel led to the turnovers tonight? Was it the different lineups? Was it Memphis was a factor in a number of things?
I think it's just kind of the lack of just everyone kind of playing super organized basketball like that. We haven't, in practice, we haven't really scrimmaged too much, and we honestly, we've had limited practice time too, so that's probably a big testament to that. But yeah, no, it's just that's the best way for us to kind of clean that up is to kind of get out there and kind of get it all out of our system. It's preseason. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, as you've gone through training camp, coaches looked at the decision-making in the guards, focused on what you guys see, explaining it to the group. Just how confident are you feeling in yourself and your game coming off a strong summer?
Oh, man. I'm uber confident. That's not even a question. I feel phenomenal. My body feels good. I feel good about my game. And, I'm confident that I can help this team, and I'm confident that this team is going to be able to, make a little something happen.
For a rookie like Paolo, just how valuable can an experience like getting your first NBA preseason game under your belt be, and doing it especially against a defensive-oriented team like Memphis who can clog up so many lanes, etc., be for him? Yeah,
he's going to have to my fault. It's a great experience for him. Just, it's the best way to learn, I say, is to, go put yourself in actual games. That's the best way for him to learn. It's the best way for all of us to learn. So I think even in this game, he kind of figured some stuff out, which that I think definitely helped him just through the course of the game. And I just think that the more he plays, just the better he's going to get.
And lastly, Cole, what do you think as you guys go back, look at the film, how much it can help you and your biggest takeaways from this game?
Yeah, I mean, the film, that's like, you can never not learn something from film, just whether it's the most extreme thing, most minute thing, just it's always something you can learn. So I'd say, I mean, the main thing I can say is that I don't even have to watch the film to tell you, for us, we got to cut down the turnovers. I think we had 25 for 33 points for them, if I am correct. And I mean, I think that we cut that in half. That we're looking at a different ball game there, and this is early. I know it's obviously there's going to be a lot of mistakes, but I think we can cut this stuff out sooner rather than later, so that by the time the regular season rolls around here, all right, we doing something. We moving in the right direction. We winning some games.